I'm here with Festival Director Jon Fitzgerald. Jon, thank you for being with us today.
Absolutely.
You are an extremely busy person today, but in your entire life. You're an author, you start great causes, you're a festival guru, if I may throw that in there. How do you find the time to rest?
There isn't a lot of time for rest, to be honest. It's just there's a lot of opportunity to make a difference, and I think that what I've learned in the last 5 or 6 years is, especially with transitioning back into filmmaking, is there's an opportunity to make movies that can create change. And in order to really have that change take effect, you need to create businesses and groups that can help make things happen. So, we decided to create Cinecause and connect films to causes, and we found an opportunity to get a book made, Filmmaking for Change. So it's kind of a companion piece, if you will. And we've just brought together an amazing group of people that want to help change the world. So
yeah, and we just came out of your panel. Sea Change is an acronym: storytelling, engagement. Thank you, and activism. And what gave you the idea to start the panel? Because I know it's going to turn into workshops, books, all kinds of things. Tell us about that.
Well, I had an opportunity to connect with Beth Carlin from the Transformational Lab at UCI. Amazing woman, and she's been in this for a while. She's been writing papers. She's trained. I'm not trained. I just have ideas and try and make things happen. I'm a filmmaker who happens to run a few festivals, but she is somebody that can write curriculum. She is somebody who can stand up in front of a crowd and engage and give them hard facts and talk about measuring change and talk about goals and really put it in a framework that people understand. So after talking with her and Johanna, who's brilliant herself from the USC Lear Center, she thought, well, why don't we get together and do this? I've been doing panels a long time at festivals, and she'd wanted to do a panel on this idea of social change films. So I said, well, why don't we do this together? I have a lot of festival relationships. You can help write this curriculum and this structure for a panel. I'll give you my feedback. We'll put this thing together. They came up with the idea for storytelling, engagement, and activism, and we did it at Topanga, and it was a huge hit. Totally packed house, and a very similar format here. Yes. And in doing the Hollywood Film Festival, we thought, why not bring that here? Because we do have the Cinecause spotlight. It really made sense.
Right. Your career, from what I read, seems to be very socially oriented. Is that just something close to your heart, and it crosses over into your work as well?
Yeah, well, it's a longer story than we have time for, but the truth is, I made a film a few years ago called The Back Nine, which was about chasing a dream and finding out if it's possible to become a professional athlete after turning 40. And it became kind of an inspirational story for me, and once the movie came out, I was getting emails saying that was really inspirational, and the message was, it's never too late to become what you wanted to be. And so I realized after making that film and the effect it can have on people that I could take it a step further, and instead of just being inspirational, to actually approach projects that have a real issue. And that's when a couple of other films came, including the last one, The Milky Way, about trying to have a shift in the success of breastfeeding in America, because it's so important to our future, really. It's our children's health, it's our mother's health. So I fell into this idea of trying to make movies to create change because I saw what could happen with some of the other films and, frankly, what participant media was doing.
Right. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, because the panel was great. The films that you mentioned, great topics. As the Hollywood Film Festival director, can you tell the audience just a little bit of something behind the scenes that they may need to know before approaching the festival in upcoming years? Like something about genres or something that you feel that they should know?
Sure. Well, I think one of the things that keeps coming up when you start talking about film festivals is just how many there are. And a lot of them show foreign films, a lot of them show American indies, a lot of them show docs, and that's great. And LA, frankly, has a lot of other festivals that do that very well. So when Carlos brought me on board, I recommended we do two things. One of them was to to really emphasize these cause-based pictures and connect these movies to the causes. So we're doing a Cinecause Spotlight.
Yes.
The second thing was a celebration of Hollywood. I noticed a lot of themes emerging, whether you're in England, like Songs for Amy, and you're a singer. It's referencing show business, and there's a lot of other films that were either shot in Hollywood or about Hollywood. A Star for Rose, I mean, she's literally cleaning one of the stars on the Walk of Fame. So there's a lot of local talent, stories about Hollywood, shot in and around LA and Hollywood, or reference Hollywood. So we created a spotlight called Celebrate Hollywood. Okay. And I believe that will be a section that continues to live on, because obviously we can do that here, and you can't do that in Iowa or Ohio. Right. So it really gives an opportunity to celebrate our own, and frankly, it's nice when all the filmmakers come out, and it makes a big difference for the screenings. And a lot of these movies won't see a screen without a festival, because they're not all A-list stars. Right. And it's hard to crack the theatrical marketplace as an independent.
Wow, fantastic. You know, and for you, any upcoming feature films, any projects for you can let us know about?
I'm working on a couple of projects now. I think the next one we might do is called Pace to Peaks, about supporting underprivileged, sometimes even at-risk women and girls, and helping them get on the right track. There's an amazing organization called PACE in Florida that brings these girls in and puts them on a plan and develops them and helps them get to the next level in their life. And one of the founders of this project, Pace to Peaks, the producer, Jill Wheeler, she's actually put together an amazing fit curriculum called WellFit to help these women get physically and mentally fit, and hopefully have an opportunity to go to Peru and do a trek to Machu Picchu. And so they'll meet with the community and the girls of Peru, and together with the Peruvian ladies get to do this trek. So it's an amazing opportunity. It's going to be a wonderful documentary, and that's probably next.
Oh, fantastic. And everyone can find information at Cinecause about
Cinecause.com.
And about the festival at the Hollywood
HollywoodFest.com.
Fantastic. John, thank you again for taking the time.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for joining us.
You bet.